There is a strange cartoon clue about the 2026 World Cup that people keep talking about.
At first, it looks like another internet prediction, another theory, another coincidence people want to believe.
But the more you look at it, the stranger it becomes.
Because the clue may not be about who wins the World Cup.
It may not be about Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, the United States, or any other team.
It may be about something much bigger than football.
The 2026 World Cup will not be a normal tournament.
It will be bigger, louder, longer, and more connected than any World Cup before it.
And when an event becomes that large, it stops being just a sporting event.
It becomes a battle for attention.
That is where the cartoon clue starts to feel different.
Because the clue is not only showing a game, it is showing the screen around the game.
For decades, the World Cup belonged to traditional television.
You watched what the channel showed you. You waited for the match, you waited for the highlights, you waited for the experts.
The channel controlled the story. But now the story does not wait for the channel.
A goal becomes a clip before the commentator finishes speaking.
A mistake becomes a meat before half.
A referee decision becomes a global debate before the match is even over.
And that may be the real clue nobody can explain.
The 2026 World Cup may not be remembered only for the champion.
It may be remembered as the tournament where the screen became more powerful than the broadcast.
The match still happens on the feud, but the meaning of the match happens online.
And once that happens, nobody fully controls the World Cup anymore. Not the broadcasters, not the commentators, not even the organizers.
Because the internet does not watch one version of an event.
It creates millions of versions.
One viewer sees tactics, another sees drama, another sees politics, another sees comedy.
And all of them believe they watched the real story.
That is why this cartoon clue feels so powerful.
It is not scary because it predicts a score.
It is scary because it seems to understand where the world is going.
Football is no longer just watched. It is clipped, edited, remixed, argued about, and turned into content.
The World Cup used to be a broadcast.
Now it is a content universe.
And in that universe, the most powerful moment may not be the final whistle.
It may be the clip that everyone shares the next morning.
The strange celebration, the missed penalty, the controversial call, the fan crying in the stands.
Those are the moments that escape a match.
And once they escape, they belong to the internet.
That is the part traditional television was never built to control.
Television was built for schedules.
The internet was built for obsession.
And the 2026 World Cup may be the biggest obsession machine ever created.
This is where the cartoon clue becomes less like a prediction and more like a warning.
The warning is not that one team will win.
The warning is that the way we watch reality is changing.
People no longer just watch the World Cup.
They watch people watching the World Cup.
They watch people explain the World Cup.
They watch people argue about the World Cup.
They watch people turn the World Cup into jokes, theories, edits, and stories.
So what is the real event?
The game on the field?
Or the endless reaction happening around it?
That is the question hidden inside the clue. And maybe that is why nobody can explain it. Because the clue is not predicting the future. It is showing us the present before we are ready to admit it. The television is still in her. But television as a habit is disappearing.
The old question was, what is on TV tonight?
The new question is, what should we click next? And that tiny change is bigger than it looks. Because whoever controls the next click controls the next memory.
The 2026 World Cup will have a winner. But the biggest winner may not be a country.
It may be the platform that controls what billions of people see after the match ends.
That is the cartoon clue nobody can explain.
Not because it tells us the score, but because it shows the game behind the game.
The football match lasts 90 minutes.
The content war lasts for months. And when the final is over, one country will lift the top. But millions of people may remember the clip more than the match. That is not a prediction about football. That is a prediction about us. About how we watch, how we believe, how we share, how we turn everything into a story.
And maybe that is why the clue feels impossible to explain.
Because the answer is not hidden in the cartoon.
It is hidden in the way we originate.
If you want part 2, we will investigate how the 2026 World Cup could become the first true YouTube World Cup. Comment part 2 and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing AI content and tutorials. See you in the next video.